"This new doctor at the hospital is good, really good," said Aunt Kamala as she hobbled over to my mother and gave her a hug. "You took your time visiting him, didn't you?" complained my mother. Well, after he gave me my medicine, I went and saw Renuka." "Renuka!" screamed my mother, and I rushed into the room thinking the two sisters were fighting. "Anything wrong?" I asked, worried. "Your Aunt Kamala visited Renuka." "Renuka?" I explained. "Is this an April Fool's Day joke? You and Renuka haven't been speaking to each other for years. What made you do that today?" "And after Renuka," continued my aunt glibly, thoroughly enjoying herself, "I went over to the graveyard and gave the gardener money to water Uncle Victor's grave." Now this was a bit too much. Uncle Victor, her husband, had died an alcoholic, hitting the bottle before having affairs with other women, then hitting his wife, and it was rather a bitter Aunt Kamala who saw him to the grave, grimacing through the funeral service, staring with bitterness at the fully suited body of her husband who was being laid to rest. She had never visited his grave after that and was seen at other funerals, rushing off, not venturing to look in the direction of her buried husband. "Poor man," said Aunt Kamala with a faraway look. "Poor man?" I asked incredulously. "I thought you hated your late husband." "Well, I did, son, I did. But believe you me, after getting his grave attended to this morning, I feel a lot better. I guess it has a lot to do with the medication this good doctor gave me." "Was it some sedative?" asked my mother suspiciously as I nodded. "Do I look asleep, dear?" "No," admitted my mother, "you look anything but that. But this visiting your enemy, Renuka, then making peace with your dead husband is not just you." "May I have a look at the stuff this doctor gave you?" I asked gruffly as my aunt fished in her bag and handed me a small plastic container. "Forgiveness tablets," I read aloud. "Yes," said my Aunt Kamala. "He said to have one a day and my life would change. I'd get rid of stress and tension and feel a lot more peaceful. And it works! Yes, it does!" I visited the new doctor at the hospital. He looked anything like a doctor. "Here, Bob," he said, and he gave me a bottle. "Take one, run along and watch it work." I swallowed the pill, then picked up the phone and called Prakash, who'd let me down on a deal, Rajiv, who'd boxed me on the nose in school, Tom, who'd thrown garbage on my car, and many others. "Hey," I shouted, "I forgive you. Let's be friends again." There was a queue at the hospital next day. There was no doctor there, but a note on his door said, "Forgiveness tablets available within you. Just take one a day and see it work." Strange, I sighed happily as my aunt, mother, and I watched the waves roll onto the shore. Life sure has changed once we started on those tablets, hasn't it? "It's an absolute medical breakthrough," said my aunt, looking up. What about you? Have you had your dose of forgiveness tablets today? Thank you. But before I sign off, I'd like to remind you to press subscribe on your YouTube button so that you'll have me talking to you every morning, day after day. Now, wouldn't you like that?